Hello everybody, we're live. Layla, we're live. It's Fathers Feeding the Family. Hi everyone, my name is James Marin. I'm a holistic registered dietitian, environmental nutritionist. I'm the co-founder of Married to Health. We have a private practice with Dr. Angie Sadeghi in Newport Beach, California. Who are you?
Layla.
This is my daughter Layla. She's 4 years old and she's amazing, and she's been cooking in the kitchen with us since she was 1. So on top of us, we're going to show you some amazing, delicious recipes today that are easy for you and the family, that even dads can do it. And we really want to remove the stigma of dads not cooking and dads not being in the kitchen and dads not being able to make really yummy, delicious recipes that are healthy. So in the spirit of Men's Health Month, in the spirit of Father's Day coming up, we want to show you some really easy, healthy recipes, okay, that even kids can get involved with, right? Because it's summertime, you know, the kids are home, or maybe they haven't started summer camp yet. So it's like, what do we do? Cooking is a great activity to practice hand-eye coordination, to practice counting, to practice task management and organization. So it's really, really fun, and it's really, really educational. So that's why I have Layla here with me today, and she's gonna help me, and we're gonna be cooking you a wonderful, yummy hand roll. We're gonna also cook you a dip for that hand roll, which is gonna be an almond based. And we're gonna cook a yummy mac and cheese. And all of this is really gonna focus on gut health for you and your family. It's gonna focus on optimizing all the nutrition you need in these recipes. And of course, everything came from Mother's Market. So again, we are here in South Orange County, but even if you're in LA County, you can go to Mother's Market. This is where we get everything organic, and we get all of our wonderful local organic seasonal ingredients there at Mother's Market. We've been shopping there for so long, so we're so happy to partner with them and bring you this wonderful cooking demo live in your home. So I'm hoping you all are having a wonderful day. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to post. Again, if I missed something in the recipe, like what was that, or how much did you use, feel free to comment below. If you have a health or nutrition question, I will try to answer that as I cook as well. I'm going to be talking about all the wonderful beneficial properties of the food and why we're cooking this way and why it's so important to cook this way. So on that topic, right off the bat, in terms of organic, why do we want organic, right? So many of you are familiar with Roundup. Many of you have heard of glyphosate. So these are very common broad spectrum pesticides, and they are used in almost everything. So it's very important to get certified organic produce for you and your family. Of course, you can subscribe to the Dirty Dozen Clean 15 by Environmental Working Group, which is great. But we always say is try to do everything organic so you minimize the amount of fungicides, herbicides, rodenticides, fertilizers, right? You don't want any of that in your beautiful children. You don't want any of that in your body, so it's very, very important. They are endocrine disruptors, they are gut microbiome disruptors, so it's very, very important you avoid the synthetic chemical pesticides. Okay, so let's get cooking. Right now, what's Layla doing? Right now, I have water boiling. So of course we use reverse osmosis filtered water. I'm boiling that because we're gonna be cooking up some mac and cheese. Layla's ripping something. And what we like to get is the tolerant, basically the tolerant noodle. So this is a red lentil flour noodle. And this is excellent. Again, this is just to kind of switch it up, right? So maybe you're using whole wheat, maybe you're using brown rice. That's great too. But in here, tons of protein. So 21 grams of protein, and which is about 2.5 servings. So in total, in the box, you're getting much more protein, okay? And so this is a red lentil rotini. I love the rotini because it holds on to all the flavors we're going to be putting in there. It really gets stuck and in there. So yeah, the red lentil rotini by Tolerant. Of course, this is organic. The camera's trying to follow it or something. So this is really good, non-GMO as well. So we're going to be using this. I think our water's almost boiling. So as we're waiting for the water to boil, we're going to be chopping up our veggies. So we're going to be using some really, really fresh veggies. Layla, what do you want to chop first?
I think I'm going to chop the avocado.
Avocado, let's do it.
Broccoli.
The broccoli, let's do it. All right, Layla wants to chop some broccoli, so I'm going to get her started. And so again, maybe your child is 2 years old, maybe they're 3 years old. I feel like I have to duck down a little bit. Maybe they're 3 years old And so you know, you don't want to have them start with chopping right off the bat. So this is something Layla's been doing for a while. And even sometimes, you know, she wants to do the broccoli. I'm going to let her experiment with that. But more commonly, because we have we don't really have her doing a sharp metal knife, I'm going to usually have her do the bell pepper or especially the avocado because it's really easy to chop. It's really creamy and it's not really hard. So the hard stuff like carrots and cucumbers, we're going to save that for me, right? So I'm going to do the chopping for that, okay? So Layla, what she did was she realized her knife isn't going to chop the broccoli. She's just pulling it apart with her hands, which is great, Layla. I think that's a perfect, beautiful idea. Our water is boiling, so in there I have about 3/4 of the pot filled with water. And again, you usually don't need that much for one box of pasta, but we're going to be adding to this mac and cheese. So in this mac and cheese, we're going to be doing some zucchini, we're going to be doing broccoli, and we're going to be doing kale. So this is not your typical mac and cheese. We are optimizing the nutrition. And so in things like broccoli and kale, you're going to be getting things like folate, you're going to be getting a lot of trace minerals, you're going to get zinc, you're going to get calcium, you're going to get just so many amazing things. And we're also going to be adding a little bit of fat to the mac and cheese. So fat really pairs well with all these fat-soluble vitamins. So that is perfect for mac and cheese, okay? So I'm adding this. Lay, do you want to pour this? What are you doing? Go with your broccoli?
But I want to pour it.
You want to pour it? Come over here. Here, hold on tight. We got her helper chair. All right, turn around. And so we teach Layla not to be scared. We explain to her this pot is hot. We explain to her to be very careful, and I'm going to help her. So let's pour it in. Awesome. Very good. Thank you, helper. That was great. And I'm going to scoot you back. Perfect. All right. So there's tolerant in. And we'll give it a little stir. And we're going to let that cook. While that is cooking, boom. So I'm going to show you what our wrap is going to be. We're using a nori wrap. So we're going to make hand rolls. And again, Layla, do you love seaweed?
Yeah.
So we love seaweed. Maybe your kids aren't really fans yet, right? We say, have them try it though, right? So maybe they've never tried it. Maybe they tried it a long time ago and they weren't really fans. What do you want to say, Lay?
Like, if you try it, it might taste good.
If you try it, it might taste good. Exactly. You never know until you try it. So the key is having your family and your kids try new foods because you never know until you try it. And so, again, you can use nori, you can use rice paper, you can use a tortilla, you can use a coconut tortilla. There's so many different ways to do a wrap. We're just going to do a hand roll today to mix it up, right? Because, you know, maybe the kids have been doing sandwiches all year long at school, or maybe you've been packing them some frozen foods or whatever the case is. We want to mix it up. We want to show you that it's pretty easy to mix it up, okay? So we're going to open these up. And so usually we'd be chopping everything up. So it's always fun to have the kids start chopping. Again, we're going to chop up the cucumbers, we're going to chop up the bell peppers and the carrots. Again, depending on your kid's age, depending on your child's age, you can have them chop with your supervision. If they're a little young, then you're going to help them, you're going to have them do other things. Yes, love?
This looks like a big seaweed, but it's not that little seaweed.
It's kind of like it's a bunch of little seaweeds pushed together, right? And so usually with the nori, I like to double it up, but you don't always have to, okay? So I think with this one feels nice and sturdy and thick. We're gonna use just one, and Layla, I'm gonna give you this one. And we'll put this one off to the side, okay? And so right here, you guys have seen, we're gonna add our cucumber, we're adding our carrots, bell peppers. These are actually broccoli stems from our mac and cheese broccoli, so I don't want the stems to go to waste, so we're adding that. Tofu, we're gonna add some red leaf lettuce, and then we're gonna make a yummy, delicious, kind of Asian flavor in terms of the almond and other ginger and other Asian flavors in there. It's gonna be a nice almond butter dip, okay? So we're gonna put this in our wrap, Lay. Are you ready? Oh, and I forgot to mention too, we got some mint and basil that you can throw in too. So if you or your kids like the mint and basil, throw it into your hand roll as well. We're gonna do that. So ready, Lay? Let's move your broccoli off to the side. Let's go ahead and do our wraps, okay? So let's put your wrap here. And I'm gonna show you how to do the hand roll wrap, okay? So what you're gonna do, you can use scissors or you can cut it. And what we're gonna do is actually, let me move some of this so you can see what Layla's doing. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do is actually, we're gonna make a nice cone, right? So you can cut it or you can just wrap it up and make this beautiful cone. And this one's big, we like them really big. You can cut them in half and make a smaller version as well, okay? So I like them big. We're just gonna fold it into a nice cone here like that, and we're gonna fill it up, okay? So what we're gonna do first is add the ingredients in the middle here, and then we're gonna wrap it like a cone, like a present, okay? So Leigh, what do you wanna add first? Which ones? The bell peppers, okay, that's cool. So here, Leigh, here's your bell peppers.
For me?
And you don't wanna fill it up too much. I always say it's good to start with a little, that way it's not a big hunkin' wrap and it like breaks open. I'm gonna start with, I always say we'll start with the lettuce right in the middle, which is great. It's like a great placeholder. And then we'll do some cucumbers right in there. Sure, baby, get whatever you need. More cucumber. Let's put them right in the middle, okay? Because we're gonna make a cone. And I'm gonna add some carrots. I'll add a cucumber, a bell pepper. I'll add some broccoli stems. I'm gonna add some tofu. Yum. You're adding, all right, Leigh. Leigh's doing a great job. I also like to sprinkle on these kelp granules too. So we're eating nori seaweed. Sea vegetables are high in iodine and selenium and wonderful trace minerals. Kelp granules are also really high in iodine and selenium and trace minerals, so it's always great to add as much as possible. Many of us are deficient in iodine, right? And so when we're deficient in iodine and selenium and all these other trace minerals, you can have disruptions in your thyroid function. Maybe you're seeing a big kind of bump on your neck that can indicate a goiter, right? So when you're having thyroid issues, so if you have hypothyroid or hyperthyroid, it can affect your gut function. So maybe you're getting motility problems, right? You're having gastritis. It's basically, what essentially that means is it's not flowing, right? Your GI tract is a beautiful river from your mouth to your anus. It's a beautiful river and it flows in one direction. When you have thyroid issues or you're coming into contact with too many exogenous toxins, you basically slow your river down, or you start to build dams in your river, and basically your body's just not flowing the way it should be. So getting these trace nutrients are vital. Yeah. Whoa, you're like loading it up. Okay. I'm gonna let Layla, here, bub, I'll give you some tofu. Here you go, baby. Make it the way you want, okay? So I'm gonna add the kelp in here. So I like to just sprinkle it on.
I'm gonna make it like scribble scrabble veggies.
You're gonna make it scribble scrabble veggies. So I'll add the kelp here. And remember, we're gonna dip this, okay? So we're gonna dip this into a yummy dressing as well. You can also pour in the dressing, but I wouldn't recommend that when you're using nori because it's gonna make it really moist and it's just gonna fall apart, okay? So here we go. So I'm gonna wrap this in like that. And the way you make it stick, okay, is you're gonna use some water. So I'm dipping my hands in some water and I'm gonna just touch the edges like that. Whoa, you splashed me with your lettuce. Good job. Liv's adding the water on the inside. So I want you guys to see, so look, boom. So now I splash the edge with some water and you see my little wrap. It's a nice hand roll. And this is really big, and so you can put your tofus in there, all these veggies are in there, and you're gonna dip it in some really healthy fat. It's an almond-based dressing, so it's gonna be really, really yummy. And this is good. 3 of these would probably really make me feel full and satisfied. 1 of these are great for kids. Hold on, Layla. Let's see what Layla's up to. Okay, Layla's is really big. Layla is really hungry. She added a lot, and that's okay. That's a great job, Lay. I love what you did. Okay, so we're gonna wrap. And we'll help her wrap. Good job, Bubba. Okay, let's check on our mac and cheese, because you don't want them to get done just yet, okay? So before the noodles finish cooking it, you can try it. Yeah, it's a little hard. It's not ready yet. That's perfect because we're gonna add our vegetables, okay? So we're gonna add our vegetables in so they can cook a little bit, okay? So let me add broccoli first.
I'm adding the...
You're still, yeah, work on it, bub. You're doing great. So I'm gonna add broccoli first. And then I think I'm gonna do the kale because kale's pretty tough. Whoa, careful, bub. You're gonna add more tofu. That's good. So I'm gonna add the kale and then I'll add zoodle. So again, we zoodled a bunch and I wanna show you guys, if you don't know how to make zoodles, this is our zoodle machine and that's a whole nother video later. So these are zucchini noodles. So you just put a zucchini in there and it makes wonderful noodles. We're gonna add this as well. But I'm gonna actually wait. I want the broccoli and the kale to cook a little bit more than the zucchini. The zucchini cooks really, really fast, okay? And so what you can do to facilitate this is you put the lid on, boom. And that's gonna cook it all and continue to cook it. All done, Layla did it. Okay, but now we gotta see if we can wrap it. Oh man. So no food goes to waste in here. We're definitely gonna eat this. This is Layla's hunkin', so we just close it. This is Layla's hunkin' hand roll. Layla, it's bigger than Daddy's. Oh my goodness, that was great, bub. That was excellent. Okay, we're gonna leave these here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get our avocado ready. Actually, yeah, the avocado you can cut, bub. We can also put the avocado in there, but actually let's get our dressing ready, okay? So we want to get our dressing ready for the hand rolls. And at the same time, we'll be watching out for our mac and cheese as well. So we want to make sure that doesn't overcook, okay? You're going to do the avocado? Let's do the dressing. You're going to help me with the dressing right now, okay?
My knife's so black.
Oh no! That's okay. It just has a little avocado on it. All right. Good job, Lay. Okay, so the dressing. Now, we got here once again, this is basically lightly toasted almond butter. Okay, you can find this at Mother's. This is organic. I love that the oil is separated on top, okay? So that is important because in the ingredients, it's just lightly toasted, unblenched, organic almonds. That's it. There's no added sugar. There's no added salt. There's nothing added and the oil's separate. So that means there are no emulsifiers in this, okay? Emulsifiers are great. The most common is soy lecithin, okay? And so what the issue with emulsifiers, if you're eating too much, if there's so many emulsifiers in your food, it can bind to not only the ingredients in the product, right? So think of something like Jif or Skippy, okay? Where you open it and it's all creamy and perfect, right? That's not the case. That's not the case with this one. This one is separate, okay? So when it's separated, you want that because that means nothing's bound together. And when you have too many binders and emulsifiers, then that means basically they're gonna bind to your nutrients and bind to things in your gut where you don't want it, okay? So you want things to just be as plain as possible. You wanna keep the whole foods, keep it whole foods. You just want almonds and that's all we're gonna get in here. Right, Lay?
Right.
Right, okay. Is this blocking your view?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me mix this up a little bit. Mix all that oil. And again, oil. Isn't oil not good for you? Shouldn't you not eat oil? Well, in here, this is just all the oil from the almonds. There's no added oil, but some nut butters do add oil, so be careful. If you're having especially acid reflux issues, right, like GERD and or just other digestive issues like gastritis, then yeah, you don't want to do too much oil. You don't want to do fried food, okay? It's going to be a once in a while, few and far between food. But as far as natural fats are great, okay? You want almonds, you want walnuts, you want flax seeds, you want chia.
Yeah,
what else?
That fox.
There's a fox on here. Yeah.
And spreading peanut butter on its toes.
Yeah. This is my white rug.
Why, you're sweaty?
I'm sweaty. I'm hot. Okay. All right, let's check this. Perfect. So you see the vegetables are all cooked in here. So we got them wilted down, and let's try a pasta. You want to try one with me?
Yeah. Just blow it.
Sure. What do you think? Was it cooked? Yeah? So check that out. So we cook down our vegetables and we cook the pasta, okay, at the same time.
Wait, it's not that.
It needs a little bit more, you think? Okay. Leia's saying it needs a little bit more. All right. Let's leave it open because now the vegetables are cooked so we don't have to keep it closed. Let's focus on our dressing again. So with the almond butter, we're going to add, let me see. Let me mix this up a little bit more. Still some chunks on the bottom. So we're going to add about just a couple of ounces. So about 2 to 3 ounces. Leia's trying to tickle me. But in here, I'm going to make some extra. So again, we have our recipe on our Instagram at Married to Health. You can find this recipe and we'll post it again in our stories for you guys. And we'll put the links down below once this live is over. I always do everything by eye, and then once we post it on our Instagram and in other places, we give you the exact amounts. But this is about just a couple of ounces, 2 or 3 ounces. Again, you're gonna have leftovers, which is great. This is so delicious. It keeps in the fridge for weeks. So you're adding your almond butter. Next, we're gonna add dates. You wanna add the dates?
Yeah, could I just...
And these are 2 pitted dates, okay? Great, excellent. Next, get this out of the way. Not nutritional yeast. The nutritional yeast is going to be for the mac and cheese. We're going to add some garlic. So in here you could do about a tablespoon of garlic. So I'm going to help you, Leia, just so we don't overdo it on the garlic. And this is just garlic powder. I like using garlic powder. You can also use fresh garlic. And we're using a really good blender, so you could use fresh. If your blender is really not that great, use powdered. That way you don't get chunks of garlic in there, okay? Let's add some, we're using Himalayan pink salt. Go ahead, Leia. Let's add some of that. And so in here, it's really to taste. You could do about half a teaspoon and just taste it along the way. If you need more, then add more. So that's perfect. All right, perfect. Let's add some, we're gonna add some coconut aminos. So again, typical soy sauces will have gluten. So if you are gluten-free, you wanna do coconut aminos, those are great. They're also soy-free. So that's if you are avoiding soy products, if you have some autoimmune issues, which again, not everyone needs to avoid soy, but if you do, coconut aminos are really great. And then here you do about 2 to 3 tablespoons. I really want those, that yummy Asian flavor. Awesome. Okay. And ginger. Let's add some ginger. And that's usually a secret ingredient of people are like, what is in here? What's that like extra kind of kick and taste in there? It's usually the ginger. Okay. Good job, Leia.
The ginger's coming out.
Let's see. There we go. And about half a teaspoon of ginger. Okay. Because you don't want too much, then it'll just take over all the flavor. And last but not least, water, okay? So go ahead. We're gonna do about half a cup. Okay, that's good. About half a cup of water, okay? Bless you, good job. Very good. Excellent, Leia. And so most kids would just go right in front and go, blah, and just sneeze on everything. Leila's learned not to do that. She goes to the side and we sneeze in our arm, right, Leia? You did a great job. All right. Some kids are like, ah, they sneeze on everything, huh? Okay, so let's blend this up. Let's make our little dressing dip, okay? So let's see. So we start low. Let's go nice and high. So I always like to taste though. That's the most important thing, because maybe you need more almond butter. Maybe you need, everyone, recipes are subjective, okay? Let me turn this off. I don't want to overcook this. Okay. hold on. Pause on that. We're multitasking here. We don't want to overcook this. I want to drain this. I want to drain this real quick. So I'm draining this. Because you don't want to overcook your mac and cheese, okay? I'm right here, people, still. Stay with us. All right. Perfect. So drain that because we don't want to overcook the mac and cheese, okay? Let's get back here. Layla, I need you to taste.
Okay.
Layla's back. So we got our tasting spoons. Let me taste. Ooh, that is good.
Gingery?
I like it. Gingery, garlicky, but like really creamy. Okay, here you go. What do you think? Good. All right. I like it. I think we did a great job. Your wrap exploded. That's okay. Here, Leia, you want to dip? You want to dip the wrap Daddy made?
Yeah.
So look here. Hold on. I'll get it for you.
Daddy.
I'm done. Look, we got our dip. Here you go. Look, look, look.
I just wanna
Go ahead and dip. But go ahead and dip because I need you to. You're gonna help me with the mac and cheese too. Okay?
if it's yours.
Look at that. Layla's digging in. So Layla loves seaweed. She loves all her vegetables. She loves yummy almond butter dressing and tofu. So tofu's calcium. You're getting vitamin C. You're getting all these other wonderful flavonoids and phytonutrients and antioxidants. Hold on, baby. You're going to help me with the mac and cheese, okay? You're getting so many nutrients. You're getting that just nutrient density, right? Think of it like money. You want to spend your money wisely. You want to spend your calories wisely. This is a mix-up from a normal sandwich, right? This is a mix-up from other things. You have to go potty? Layla has to go potty. All right, that happens. Okay, Layla's going to go potty. Let's turn our attention to our mac and cheese, okay? And usually I clean up as I go. I don't usually keep it this messy, but cooking is messy, and that's fine. If you're doing an art project with the kids, things would get messy, and that's okay. Then, as a family, you all clean up together, okay? So that's great. At least with this mess, you're not only making art, but you're eating art. You're getting your nutrition, okay? So I'm just moving some stuff. I'm gonna bring our pot right here. So look at that, beautiful. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our nutritional yeast now, okay? So this is the beautiful cheesy flavor without getting the cheese. I know many of you like dairy, that's fine if you wanna do organic dairy. We avoid dairy just because we know we get allergies, we know our stomach hurts. It just doesn't work for our body, and that's okay. So we like to use nutritional yeast. This is the Foods Alive brand. This one's great because a lot of people have methylation issues, right? You have gene mutations where you don't really do well with folic acid, with a lot of things they fortify nutritional yeast with. This one is not fortified. It just has all the natural B vitamins that would be in the yeast, and so it's not fortified with any synthetic vitamins or mostly vitamins, right? Synthetic vitamins. So nutritional yeast is super subjective in here. I sometimes add half a cup, maybe even a cup, depending how cheesy we want it. So right there, I probably added a little more than half a cup, so that's great. We're gonna add garlic as well. So garlic, probably about a tablespoon of garlic, okay? We're gonna add salt. Salt is also super subjective. Why do we like pink Himalayan salt? Well, I like pink Himalayan salt because it's not sea salt, right? So what we're finding with sea salt is that you're getting microplastic in the sea, and when they get the sea salt, tiny little particles of microplastic sneak in. So you gotta be very careful with where you get your salt, okay? So we like a rock salt. So Himalayan salt is not from the sea, so we like that a lot. I'm using organic coconut milk, okay? You can use full fat coconut, it's just gonna add more calories. If you're watching your figure, if you're watching your body composition, then go with just an coconut milk, and that's great as well, okay? Layla's back, perfect timing. You can pour the coconut milk. And we're not gonna do a lot. This is maybe about 1/4 of a cup, if that's just to kind of moisten it all up. Perfect. We don't want too much, but we'll see. Maybe we'll add more. Okay. So be very careful because it's still hot, and let's mix it.
Can I help?
Of course. Let me get it started. Go ahead and mix it. So again, guys, the nutritional yeast, or go ahead. What do you want to say?
One day I was mixing too fast, and then the mac and cheese went.
Right. One day Layla was helping me with the mac and cheese. She's like, "Let me mix it," and it flew everywhere. And that's okay. That's part of learning, right? Now you're much more careful, right?
I'm like sorry.
Right. So remember, guys, in here we have the kale, we have the broccoli, we put the nutritional yeast, we put garlic and some salt. So you're getting tons of protein, and this is where you can add the zoodles, right? So I want to add some zoodles in here because zoodles cook really quick, and you can break them apart so they're not big and they don't get all messy when you're trying to slurp them up. So we're going to add some of the zoodles in there as well and continue to mix.
Like when you're swimming, they go.
Yeah, they spill all over you.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is not a typical mac and cheese. So whenever you hear us say, "Oh yeah, we ate mac and cheese today," or "Layla helped me make mac and cheese," I want you all to think of this. This is a super fiber-rich, protein-rich, nutrient-rich mac and cheese, and it still has yummy flavor. Layla, what do you think of this mac and cheese when we make it?
Well, I want no real stuff. But, I don't want that.
Yeah, so Layla brings up an excellent point because this is live, this is real life, we're a real family, okay? And so Layla, her zucchini really isn't her favorite vegetable, and it's technically a fruit, but zucchini really isn't her favorite right now, but we always keep introducing it. And really when it comes to kids, it's about time, texture, and temperature, right? So with time, you want to keep introducing. With temperature, if they tried it hot, then have them try it cold. And with texture, if they tried it soft, have them try it hard, right? Layla does okay with zucchini when they're in zoodle form. So that's the way we give it to her. We say, great, you're going to have it in zoodle form, and we're going to put that in as many things as possible because we want to keep introducing yummy, healthy plant foods for her, okay? So, now we got a taste test, okay? Now we got a taste test, okay? So, Leia, you want to go, should I go first?
No,
You're going to go first? Okay. Okay, let's blow. Go ahead. Whoa. What do you think? Does it need more of something? A little more of zero, so look at that. So you see all those greens, you see some of the yellow from the zucchini. We got our yummy rotini from Tolerant, which is going to be a lentil-based pasta. So this is great if you're diabetic. This is great if you're having some gut issues. This is great if you just want more protein because you're exercising and trying to build up those biceps. You know, whatever the case is. And you see, look, I made 3 things, guys. I made 3 things. And I talked a lot, so usually you're not talking a lot, so it's going to be much faster, but you can make 3 easy, quick things that are full of nutrition, full of plant foods, and that is the key. When you're talking about gut health, when you're talking about the microbiome, you want diversity. Diversity is key. We shoot for 30 to 40 different plant foods in a given week, okay? Maybe you're not there, and that's fine. If you're at 10 different plant foods, if you're at 15 different plant foods, then work your way up to 17, 18, 19. You know, just start where you are and go from there, okay? So we're going to enjoy this food. I hope you all had a wonderful time. We had a wonderful time. And again, for those dads out there, oh, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Like, I'm making piles without sprinkling.
You're making perfect. So Layla's being very, very careful. So that's excellent. So again, for the moms watching, for the dads watching, share this with other friends and family. Share this with dads. Again, it's Men's Health Month. It's going to be Father's Day. Dads can cook. Dads can get in the kitchen and make just simple things. We just chopped. We just mixed. We just blended. It can be very simple if you follow the recipes or, again, use your own imagination. Why is this important as well? Well, with Men's Health Week, guys, you know, men generally live 6 years less than women, okay? Men, 1 out of 8 men will develop prostate cancer, okay? The leading cause of death in men is heart disease, okay? Heart disease is a completely, it just doesn't need to exist. It's a completely preventable and even sometimes reversible condition, right? So it's so important to eat foods that will prevent and help you reverse heart disease and these very, very common diseases in men and beyond. What do you want to say, love?
It's done and I want a bowl of it.
You want a bowl of it. So Layla wants to dig in and eat. So again, guys, if you like this, give us a like, give us a heart, comment below what you guys want to see more of. What recipe should we show you? We want to do a back to school, so we're going to show you some other simple back to school recipes. Layla's digging in and munching. So again, this is kid tested in our home. A lot of our recipes are really, really great. We always have leftovers to make it easy. We're not always cooking every day. So we usually also give you the tip to make extra so you can have it as leftovers throughout the week. And now we're just gonna dig in and sign off and say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, mothers, for sponsoring, and we'll see you all very soon. Layla, say bye.
Bye.
Bye.